So now that we've added linting to the project, it would also be nice to automate it as well. So what I mean by that is it'd be useful to also run the lint fix command every time we make a commit to the repo. Because even though we've set up automated formatting in all of our files in VS Code, of course if I add, let's say, a semicolon to this file, it'll be auto-removed by Prettier because of the config that we've set up using ESLint. But it doesn't mean that I can't actually edit the file manually. So for example, if I were to go back to the terminal, if I open the directory myself, I could still go ahead and edit the file manually like this. Now if I added semicolon at the end, and if I go back to the terminal, if I do git diff, you're gonna see that we still get the semicolon at the end. So nothing really prevents me from doing an add on that file and doing a commit afterwards. Now, of course, we want to prevent something like this. And one way to do it would be to use something known as Husky. So I'm gonna go back to Google Chrome and I'm gonna look for Husky on GitHub. So now this one allows us to use custom hooks for commands like git commit or git push. And this one actually plays very nicely with another package known as lint-staged. So if I look for that one, we could set it up with Husky as well. So we might add a pre-commit hook. So every time we make a commit, we're gonna run a set of commands for every JavaScript file. So we're going to lint them using ESLint, and if it fails, then we're going to get an error in the terminal, so we won't be able to commit. But if the files are linted successfully, we're going to then add them, and after that, of course, the commit will be successful. So this one, like I said, allows us to prevent bad code from entering the repository. And of course, this one might not necessarily be a concern for a single developer, but if you're working on a project that has multiple people, there's a good chance that people might make a typo when they rush to commit the code to the repo. So setting up something like Husky might be very worthwhile as well. So we're going to do that, and we're going to go back to the terminal. So let's do npm install a development dependency of Husky and lint-staged. And then once that's done, let's go back to package.json. So we're going to set up a section for Husky. This will be an object, and then we'll set up a hooks section. So this will be an object with a pre-commit hook like this. So we're going to run lint-staged. And now this, of course, is exactly the same as we have in the repo. So we can just copy that, paste it in. So for every JavaScript file, we're going to run ESLint fix. In this case, we want to actually run npm run lint fix. So this will invoke the lint fix script that we've set up. So this will run Prettier ESLint, and it's also going to fix any issues in the files and also add those changes to the files. So let's save it. And you can see that Prettier actually beautified package.json for us. So now, of course, if I save this file in the editor, it's going to remove the semicolon. But if I don't do that, let's go back to the terminal. Let's do a git status. So now if I do git add, let's add everything. So now if I do git commit -m, set up pre-commit hook. So if we do the commit, as you can see, we ran the lint script. So now if I go back to the editor, you're going to see that the semicolon is gone. And if I do a git status, you're going to see that all files were added to the commit. We could even do a git log to see the commit that we have in here. So now we can do git push, and this will push the commit to the repo.